Home Life and Style is brought to you by the Pine Hills, offering inspired new homes and daily adventures just 45 minutes from Boston. Ethan Allen, we make the American home. Longfellow Design Build, architect and builder for Cape Cod and beyond. Snow and Jones, a fixture in New England homes since 1952. And by Classic Tile and Stone, your tile and stone destination.
Hi, I'm Parker Kelley. Welcome to Home Life and Style. I am passionate about design, food, and travel. I love discovering new places, meeting new people, and sharing who they are, how they live, and what they love. In each episode, I'll introduce you to a new destination through the eyes of the people who call it home. Join me as we celebrate these towns, these people, these homes in style. Today I'm on my way to Westerly, Rhode Island, to a place known as Watch Hill, the most southwestern point in all of the state. Watch Hill is a small coastal village with a year-round population of less than 200. It became a place of great distinction in the late 19th and early 20th century as an exclusive summer resort, with affluent families building Victorian-style cottages along the peninsula. I'm visiting Watch Hill during the winter holiday season. Unlike the busier summer and shoulder seasons, today most of the village is pretty quiet. There are a few businesses open, but many of the shops, the yacht club, and the vintage flying horse carousel are closed. Having grown up on Cape Cod, I have a particular fondness for this off-peak time of year. It's not desolate by any means. It's just a different kind of beautiful, a perfect time for reflection. I'm on my way to meet Deborah Royce, a writer, former actress, story editor, author, and the owner of Ocean House, the beloved Victorian-style, yellow iconic hotel that sits majestically on the bluff overlooking Long Island, Block Island, and the great Atlantic Ocean. There is nothing quite like the approach up the drive to Ocean House. It takes your breath away. The hotel, which was originally built in 1868, had many, many wonderful years and is considered a family heirloom and a significant part of this Watch Hill community. Unfortunately, in the early 2000s, Ocean House closed down as it had fallen into unsalvageable disrepair. It was then that it was purchased by Deborah Royce and her husband Chuck. The couple, who had restored and preserved many old hotels and main streets across the country, were able to save more than 5,000 artifacts from Ocean House before raising and rebuilding the Grand Hotel. Even though it is 50,000 square feet larger than the initial structure, each window is in the exact location as the original and has been recreated with impeccable respect to its authentic details. This luxury 5-star Relais and Chateau destination hotel reopened in May of 2010 and is one of 13 triple 5-star properties in the world, and continually receives the highest hospitality accolades and awards. The hotel has 49 guest rooms and 20 private residences. I'm meeting Deborah in one of those residences, the Morgan Suite, a 2-story, 3+ bedroom, 4.5 bath, 3,500 square foot signature suite that she and her husband designed, inspired by Watch Hill's rich maritime heritage.
Good
Hello.
morning. Hi.
Nice to see you.
Very nice to see you.
Thank you so much for working with our organic process.
Come in.
Thank you. Oh
Welcome
my goodness.
to the Morgan Suite at the Ocean House.
Wow.
I'll let you.
Did I just walk onto a yacht?
That's the idea. Yeah. You are meant to feel that you're in a ship at sea. I mean, especially now in the winter, it's supposed to give you that feeling. It does in the summer too. But now when you're really not going out so much, you're sort of ensconced here. And as you can see, all the wood, all these little architectural details, the coffered ceilings, the
Wow,
lights,
stunning.
look at the floor.
Oh,
You're looking
goodness.
through. It's solid, but you get the feeling that there's something below you, like another deck.
Yes.
So
Wow.
shall we
Yes,
wander
please.
through?
Wow, gorgeous. I'm going to be stopping for the details.
Turn your head that way. You can see there are little portholes all
Oh, look at
throughout
that.
the suite. Behind that porthole is a medicine cabinet and a powder room. So you can open the medicine cabinet and look out, but nobody can see in. I personally thought this was crazy. This was my husband's vision. So we have 2 bunk beds in the dining room.
I love
So,
it.
I mean, in theory, you could have your adult dinner party and you could have the children looking in or sleeping or resting. And the other thing that you'll see is everywhere there's a view. So that's Block Island out there. And that little cottage is the Dune Cottage where you can eat in the summer on the beach.
So you've been a storyteller your whole life. But in front of the camera, behind the camera, introvert or extrovert, would you say? Are you right down the middle?
I think I'm actually more of an introvert.
You have to be to do a novel. I mean, how long did it
That's
take?
right. It took years.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I ended up more in film and television than stage, because we're having an intimate talk now on television. We're not screaming at each other. And on stage...
Or cheating out, where I'm
That's
talking
right.
to you, like the soap opera days,
Yes.
where we're both facing this direction, but we're
Yes.
having a conversation.
or shaking our hair. I think the wonderful Susan Lucci, who played my sister on All My Children, who was fabulous, but I think when she would forget her lines, she would shake her hair, and with 3-camera video, there was always a teleprompter next to the lens of the camera. I think she could see it that way.
Well, you were adorable, cute as a button, honestly, on that on All My Children. And then I guess your character also turned kind of like really feisty, fun.
She did. She turned bad. I think she was through and through bad.
Yeah.
So it was quite a range to play.
Oh, look at this.
Okay. This is one of the smaller bedrooms in the suite.
Oh, look at this.
The bed, as you can see, is kind of a built-in windows on the dining room looking out to the water. So you can't be a maniac for privacy in a room like this. It's completely closable. All those windows latch and close.
Oh, and I love the drama of that. Very
Yes, so you
stage-like. Very.
Yes, you could be like Juliet. Fling your curtains open and speak to whoever's here in the morning. So here we have the kitchen. We have the most incredible stove I've ever seen. I don't know, I imagine you get an instruction manual to work it if you're staying here.
Yeah, this vintage.
I think it's new.
Really?
But
Wow.
I think it's this type of stove that certainly looks vintage. The other thing my husband's very fond of, and Hayward Gatch, interior windows. So you will notice
Seeing through while you're in the
everything looks
space.
through to something else.
It's
And
not
you
one
can
way.
also look through the cabinetry to see. So you never, in the whole suite, are away from the views of the water.
You never lose that sense of place.
Exactly right. Exactly.
Yeah. And then the chef is going to cook in here
Yes.
with us and put on a dinner party, which is always spectacular.
I can't wait.
It's such a privilege to be able to sit in someone's home with their friends, and share a meal. I mean, it's such a privilege for us for the show. You wouldn't believe it. I mean,
It is.
and then to have a chef come in, sort of just elevates the game. Just elevates it. I can't wait to meet Chef Tim.
He's wonderful.
Yeah.
You can anticipate a good meal.
Yeah.
So this area would be, well, not really the living room, but everything is so open, but kind of that. That fireplace was cast off-site and brought in, the surround.
Yes, that's fabulous.
Yes. And I can show you the master suite as well.
I would love to see that.
Okay. So the Morgan Suite, we named it that for a couple of reasons. My husband's middle name is Morgan, Charles Morgan Royce. And then there's a famous ship docked at Mystic Seaport.
That's what I
down the
thought it-
way, the Charles W. Morgan.
Yes.
No relationship to our family at all. It's just a coincidence.
Yeah.
But it sounds kind of majestic and nautical, and I can remember it. Some of the suites, Beach Rose or Hydrangea, I can't remember.
But the Morgan Suite, I love that.
So this is the downstairs master suite, which is the same size as the upstairs. And as you can see, the tubs open out. I fought this because I'm an only child, and I like my bathroom experience very, very private. However, they did these shutters in such a way that they're completely solid, and if you choose to have them closed, you really do feel that you are all on your own and having your little toilette in the bathroom. There's nobody who can intrude, but you have the option of looking out.
So I know we have a busy day with the chef and exploring the rest of the Ocean House, but I would love to have a chat with you just about your life story. It's spectacular.
That would be fun.
It has talk about a lot of chapters. It has a lot of chapters.
Indeed. Yeah. It's a book.
Yeah. It's a book indeed.
Up next on Home, Life, and Style.
You're picturing all the scenes the entire time. And has it been picked up for a movie yet?
I've got joy to share with you in my arms. Just a little hug every day will solve your problems. I've got love to share with you in my pocket. Just a little kiss on your lips and we'll skyrocket.
What is luxury? The warmth of custom fabrics? The timeless beauty of exotic woods? 88 years of uncompromising craftsmanship? Or a world-class designer to help you curate the home of your dreams? At Ethan Allen, luxury is all of these things. It is modern, classic, elegant, and right now, it is more attainable than ever. Ethan Allen, we make the American home.
At Longfellow Design Build, we design and build new homes, new kitchens, new additions to your home. We handle everything from conception to completion, working in unison with you, for you, so you can have the home you envision, so you can have the home you deserve, so you can focus on what's important. Longfellow Design Build, architect and builder, for Cape Cod and beyond.
It's not just about the fixtures. Snow and Jones, the family-owned business that contractors and homeowners on the South Shore and Cape Cod have depended on since 1952.
I want to talk about the book. Can we talk about it?
I'd love to.
So tell me about the characters. There's some initial characters and coming back around to the past life, where we were, what we were doing, the decisions that we were making, and then having to become true with that again in the contemporary time.
Well said. Finding Mrs. Ford is the story of a woman at a certain stage of her life. She's in her mid-50s. Mm-hmm. She has lived a life. You don't know when you meet her exactly what that life was, right. And she does not want you to know. Mm. And I wanted you to meet her right then, where all of her armor is fully intact. It happens to be the moment when ISIS is cutting a wide swath over the north of Iraq. The FBI shows up at her house that morning to ask her about an Iraqi man named Sami Fakouri. And she claims she does not know him. Right. And of course they say to her, well, that's kind of funny that you say that because he took a plane from Baghdad to Boston and we just picked him up in a car on his way to your house. So after you realize maybe she's hiding something, mm-hmm. That's when you cut, to use a film term, back to 1979 when she's a college girl in Detroit. And she takes a nice little summer job at a nice little ladies' boutique. And first day she meets Annie Nelson, who is glamorous and sexy and charismatic. And the two girls become unlikely friends. And about a month into their life together at this dress shop, Annie has her big idea that they ditch these respectable jobs and go work as cocktail waitresses at a fairly questionable disco on the edge of Detroit, And you get the setup. What happened in the summer of 1979, where obviously she met him. Why is he looking for her 35 years later, which is a long time?
Yeah.
And why lie? Why not just say, yeah, I know the guy?
Wow. Well, when you were picturing it as you write, you're picturing all the scenes the entire time. And has it been picked up for a movie yet?
Great question.
Because even just reading the reviews and I was into it, I was already imagining and picturing the scenes.
I have very happy news for you today.
Oh.
I have just signed what is called a shopping agreement with 2 Hollywood producers. One of them was an old colleague of mine, my boss at Miramax.
Wow, that comes right around.
She's incredible. I hadn't seen her for 25 years and saw her at a book event.
What a great conversation. Thank you so much for your time. We have a dinner party to put on. We have a chef. We have lots of things left to do today, but best to you. Thank you. What a privilege.
It was a treat for me. Thank you so much.
It's a beautiful story. Stories.
Up next on Home, Life and Style.
We have 2 wine cellars around the corner here, one for red and one for white.
I've worked with Kristen and Julie for about 7 years now, about 30 projects. They care as much as I do about the finished product. And every time I walk in, I'm always like, girls, what do we have new? And they always have things set aside to show me, and every time I go there, it's so exciting. They text me pictures as soon as tile comes in that they think is really exciting. Like, even on a Saturday, I'll get a text. And they'll know that I'm just as excited to see it as they are to share it. And so they're my go-to.
Recognized and respected. Classic Tile and Stone on Boston's South Shore. I met Chef Tim Meyers at the Center for Wine and Culinary Arts. We had a chance to talk about his background and role as the Director of Culinary Education at Ocean House.
So this is our Center for Wine and Culinary Arts.
Yeah.
We have 2 wine cellars around the corner here, one for red and one for white. It has about 8,000 different selections of our by-the-bottle wines.
All right.
We've got this table here for private dinners, cocktail parties, and then we do cooking classes here at the counter.
Yeah, so that's one of the experiences that you offer here. That's amazing.
Yes, we have a list of over 40 different cooking or wine or cooking and wine classes that guests and locals, day guests alike can choose from.
So we need to go get set up.
Yes.
And thank you for showing me this. And I can
Yes,
only
of course.
imagine when your people are all here and the energy. I mean, that's what
it really is. It's a little bit theater, it's just a little bit family gathering, I'm for 2 hours a night, I'm part of someone else's family.
I agree with that. All
Great.
right,
I can't wait to get to it.
I know, let's get to it, right? You have some prep to do.
All right.
Ocean House is set on 13 acres and has 650 feet of private white sand beach. I love walking on the beach this time of year. I had it all to myself. After my lovely walk on the beach, I headed back up to Ocean House to experience Fondue Village. They invited me to have a multi-course Swiss-inspired meal in a refurbished ski gondola. Who could say no to that? I was given a warm and toasty coat, a Veuve Clicquot cocktail, and well, let's say, diet be darned, I was in the Swiss Alps. This amazingly fun and unique dining experience was President and GM Daniel's brainchild. Okay, so this is adorable.
Thank you.
And I'm in love and I'm obsessed. And everyone I've told so far is, I've never heard of this. Tell me more about this. This is your brainchild.
Yes.
Please tell me as much as possible because people cannot wait to know about this.
Well, so we started with this one that we're standing in front of, the original, which was a 4-passenger gondola that we found on eBay in Vermont.
On eBay?
On eBay last winter.
And so you're just browsing eBay, you see a gondola, and you're like, I think we need one of those.
It was in someone's backyard,
Right.
and I thought, well, wouldn't it be fun to sort of buy that and tear out the inside, all the plastic and everything, and put in the wood floors and the antler
chandelier is gorgeous, and the music playing.
And really create a little sort of après-ski like you would have in Switzerland or Austria that you would go to after a day on the slopes for fondue or raclette or a sausage. And
now these kind of ideas, do they generate all the time? Are you? Is this you? Is this who you are?
I am known for some crazy ideas.
A little quirky, a little out there.
Yes,
but so adorable.
I think I'm very fortunate that I have a staff that momentarily probably rolls their eyes, but then they get right into, oh my gosh, that would be really cool, and we should try this.
And I'm here on this big bluff. You get a lot of nice cool wind, and it feels super wintry, even though sometimes New England can be balmy.
Absolutely.
It still feels.
And you get the view of the Christmas tree up on the driveway here, and you just get that great feel of the holidays.
Yeah, a perfect draw for people who already love Ocean House.
Well, thank you. Yes, one more reason to visit in the winter time instead of just the summertime.
Exactly. Yeah. And so keep these ideas germinating.
Thank you, I will.
Great success to you.
Thank you.
Great success to Ocean House, which it really needs no help from me because it's a fabulous, beautiful place people love.
Thank you very
much.
much.
And with high honors.
Thank you.
Really high honors.
We enjoy coming up with these creative new reasons to have people visit in seasons other than just the summertime.
Okay, I can't wait to see the next one.
Great.
Cheers. Jen. Thank you.
Up next on Home, Life, and Style.
Scallop potato.
With a mandolin?
Yes, I used a mandolin, but
I was going to say, you're perfect.
Oh, no, you're perfect.
No, you are. So here we are.
Here we are.
Captains of the ship.
I love it.
Do you love
Morgan
this?
Suite.
This is amazing.
It's astounding. I mean, the decor is beautiful, and of course, I can't
This is a dream.
cook on anything other than Molteni after this.
Yeah, you don't want to get spoiled with this one. Yeah, that's incredible. Oh my gosh. And so what do we have here?
So I've got us all teed up here to do our sweet potato dauphinoise tart. Remember, that's sort of cheesy sweet potatoes baked into a tart shell. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mix. This is about 3 pounds of sweet potato that I peeled and sliced I just cut it in half and then sliced it thin, right? Just like you might do for scallop potato.
With a mandolin?
Yes, I used a mandolin, but
I was going to say, you're perfect.
Oh, no, you're perfect.
No, you are.
This is going to be a pint, 16 ounces of heavy cream. Everyone loves that one.
Yeah, that's what keeps us on our diets.
It's one special night. It's the holidays.
It is indeed.
4 whole eggs. We'll just go ahead and add in there.
Okay.
Get these out of the way, and I got gloves on, so I'm just going to use my hands to kind of break the yolks. And I would just want to sort of gently mix everything together. Oh, yeah. So then we've sort of built our custard here. You can see that the eggs and the cream have sort of come together in this pale yellow goop. In this instance, goop
Says
is great.
the chef.
It's a technical term I learned in my years of training. So I feel pretty good about that. Now comes the part where we just want to sort of season this up. Right? So I'm just mixing in. I want to make sure that all the salt is sort of evenly distributed. And that looks good. So now I've got this tart shell that I made. That's a really simple pie dough, right? Like a 3-2-1 pie dough. Now you could, if you're in a rush, you could just go ahead and plop that in there, like a lot of people do for their scalloped potatoes. We're gonna do something a little nicer and just kind of
beautiful.
Line these up like little soldiers.
You have fun.
Yeah.
You're plopping.
I do this all
You're
the time.
glopping, you're gooping, and you have soldiers.
My mom always told me don't play with your food, and I said I'll show you.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and I love. You're not centering it. You're kind of skewing it to one side.
No, I thought
that's
it'd be
artsy.
kind of a moon shape.
Yeah. No, that looks gorgeous. It's building. It's building.
So this will probably do it for the tart.
Okay.
And then, like I said, I'm just gonna go ahead. I've got all this nice custard left in the bowl. I'm gonna sort of just spread that over.
Oh, and it just fills right in. Look at that. Looks good. And now we put it in.
Yes.
What temperature?
350 degrees. Ought to do it for, well, let's say 20 minutes.
Okay.
I think you're gonna like this.
Oh, look at the color. Oh, and I see it. Oh,
Yeah,
nice
so
and set
we'll
up
put it down on
there.
our towel here.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, this is gonna
Looks
be good.
celestial.
Oh, I can't wait to cut this open.
Delicious. Chef Timothy Meyers, you're something. Can't wait for the rest of the meal.
I'm excited.
As Deborah's guests started to arrive, with their diverse backgrounds and lively spirits, it was evident at the outset that we were going to be having some interesting conversations.
Scavullo never measured up to Avedon. It was Avedon.
When you get to the mothership of all the international Harvest Bazaar, it really is a wonderful place to be.
Okay, so stories abound. No lack of conversation tonight. This has been a privilege on so many levels. This exquisite destination, this amazing ocean house, this incredible chef, Timothy Meyers. This has just been one amazing episode. That's home life and style from beautiful Watch Hill, Ocean House. Until next week, I'm Parker Kelley. Cheers! Cheers!
Cheers.